everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another layout. Today I'm going to be scrapping a photo of my grandson here, and we were playing Monopoly. So I decided to use, work on my Felicity Jane stash. I probably really need to put some page kits together with Felicity Jane because I don't think about it, and their colors seem to be so light that oftentimes I don't think they're as good for boy layouts, which isn't really true because you're going to see what I do here. You can see now I have pink paper sitting there. So if I'm thinking pink paper is okay on this boy layout, there's no reason why it couldn't be on others. So anyway, all the pattern papers here are from Felicity Jane. I can't tell you which collections because I have those things pulled out. And what I did there is I decided to mount the photo on that glassine bag just as a little extra layer on top of all the other layers. And then I'm going to take that piece of pink chevron paper and pop that underneath the photo on the glassine bag side. And then I'm going to take my Memento Dewdrop ink in Gruyere Flannel and ink these papers all up. Felicity Jane is, the papers are light, so I always think that they need a little extra like oomph behind them. So actually, I can't tell you where some of these pieces are from. Sorry, guys. Anyway, this yellow paper is Felicity Jane Emmeline. And then the stripe paper that's going right behind it is Felicity Jane Zoe. So I did have some of the information. I just don't have it on the blue background paper. I don't know which collection that one belonged to, but again, Felicity Jane. So while I'll entertain you while I change my ATG there. What I did here is I took about a 5-inch strip of that stripe paper and then put the yellow paper over the top. Now, most of the time what I would do is just evenly mount the yellow paper on the stripe paper, but I decided I'm going to push this all to the right side of the layout. So I did the same thing with these two strips of paper together, is that there's a little bit more space on the right side than on the left side. And part of that is because of the way I'm going to put my photograph on it, my photo cluster here. I wanted some space for the glassine bag to hit the striped paper, but also that pink paper to go off the edge. Because again, I talk about this all the time, the more layers of things, the more layers that something touches, the more you'll bring cohesion to your layout. So that's why I'm doing all this. Then I have this journaling card here from Felicity Jane Kate that says finding joy in everyday things, which now kind of will make the pink paper make a little bit more sense. And I don't think it's too girly. I mean, he's got a Monopoly board there. And I guess generally I would scrapbook something with a Monopoly board in bright colors, but I don't know. I like the more pastels with this. It really pops the Monopoly board and pops the photograph. Even though I have a lot of stuff on this layout, I think you really see it. So now I'm using some cut-aparts here, and those again are also from Felicity Jane. Yes, they are from Felicity Jane. I don't know, again, what collection that came from. I didn't have this labeled. I don't subscribe to Felicity Jane, but every so often they'll have clearance sales, and then I buy things when they have those clearance sales. So I cut out that yellow heart. I'm cutting out this circle that says you. A little tip for fussy cutting, guys, keep your elbow tucked into the side of your, keep your elbow tucked into your side and move the piece in your hand, not the scissors. And I'm kind of doing that here, although I am moving my scissors a little bit here too. And here I'm using a big scissors. Sometimes I do those with big scissors. Sometimes I do them with small scissors. I have that polka dot cut apart there. I have that little happy banner piece there as well. Those are all from the cut aparts. And now I'm taking a look at the chipboard here, and that chipboard is from the Felicity Jane Summer collection. And I have pulled the Here We Go and the favorite photo pieces there. And then I found this little banner that says happy. I like that. That came from the cut-aparts again. And then I found another chipboard piece that says remember this. And so I'm just taking these pieces and popping them into the clusters. And I'm using, I'm thinking about colors here and shapes, kind of more colors here than shapes. Now I am looking at my Zoe die cuts here, and I found that label there, and I like that scallop there as well from the same pieces there. It adds a little black and it really grounds things, especially since I have that big black U there. It really kind of helps bring that in. And there's the other label there. I changed that label out so that it was a yellow versus the black that I originally had, just kind of going through those die cuts, trying to figure out if I have anything else that would work there. And I really like, I just tucked that scallop underneath the glassine bag there. And I love the way it grounds that whole photo. Well, it's the whole piece there, really. All right, so I'm pretty satisfied with the way these clusters look down here. So I'm just getting everything on because I like the way it looks. And again, I'm just inking the die cuts and that kind of stuff with that Memento Dewdrop ink. I don't think I inked the chipboard. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, kind of depends. With the things that the cut-aparts, I think you get the white edge a lot of times, and I don't necessarily always like that. Plus, I think in this particular case, the inking brings in the black again too. Again, making this a little bit more boyish. And I will use that yellow label that I'm working with right now in my for my journaling. I'm liking all the different dimension and different finishes on things. So I have chipboard and I have labels and I have paper, that glassine bag. So it's just kind of nice and lots of different shapes. But again, I'm just spreading color across the layout. So you can see, like right there, I'm putting that aqua happy banner. So I have an aqua piece in each of them. And I don't necessarily have everything out there, you know, every color in. I did look at that little sequin there, thinking I could get some maybe yellow in that one. All right, now I have all that stuff going on the bottom right. I think I need to balance that a little bit with something on the top left. So I have that little ticket that says my favorite there. And that again came from all those Zoe die cuts. Looking at that from the summer chipboard there. And really this is a story that my grandson is old enough to play Monopoly. I think we were playing Monopoly Junior actually, but you know, that's kind of like a rite of passage as a child. So we had a really good time doing that. I'm going to add this sequin in from those Zoe die cuts there as well, getting a little bit of the yellow up there. And then finding that little sequin here. And now I'm on I've got a boy layout, but I've got sequins on it. Those, well, you know, die cut sequins. But really, it's more the color there than anything. I don't think people are going to look at it and go, oh my gosh, she puts, you know, quote, sequins on this layout. So then I decided that it wasn't strong enough. That cluster up there wasn't strong enough. So I found this black and white striped arrow in the Zoe die cuts and added that up in there. There is black in so many other places on the layout that stands out. I thought I really needed some more black. And I'm kind of playing around with where that sequin's going to go back to again, decide it's fine right there. Sometimes I play around a lot. So now that cluster is really helping balance everything that's going on the bottom. I'm going to grab some of these epoxy hearts from the Felicity Jane Kate collection. And again, I'm just scattering kind of color finish, that kind of a thing around the layout. So I get some more black and white in there. And the black and white stripes, it's making this layout look less feminine, I think, but it's fine. You know, it's celebrating the joy of everyday things. This is just an everyday rite of passage here. And I'm, you know, like I said, it's kind of nice because it's an everyday thing. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to take a really quick, important phone call. So if you heard a transition there, that's what that was. Anyway, I'm using these hearts to kind of spread color and pattern around the layout here. And there's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well, and I will be back with another layout again soon. Bye!